Special Sundays radio show. I am your host, Miss Special, here with a new friend of Special Sundays. You want to introduce yourself to the people?
Hi, everybody. My name is Latasha Sindor, but you can call me LA.
Yay! Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here with you today.
No problem. So we are here to talk about Spark. First off, can you explain the title to the people?
Sure. I have a project that I've been working on for about maybe a year now called LA Lights. It's kind of like a conglomerate of stories I'm writing, and Spark is kind of like the prequel. I called it Spark just because it was kind of like, if you listen to the project, it's just little pieces of information that kind of sparked in my mind, just because it's like a bunch of information that I was learning and getting into, and it was like a spark in my mind pretty much.
Nice. Now, something I noticed between this and LA Riots is your music has a lot of freedom in it. Like you can really tell that you're freeing yourself, and this was more of like a personal freedom. How did this one feel to you in comparison to LA Riots?
Oh, this was awesome just because it was just more fun more than anything. Like, I mean, LA Riots was fun, but it was more like deep and poetic and kind of like really getting into my soul and trying to understand like things about me. But this one was just like really just like freeing and saying what I want and not really caring and not holding bars on anything, like just saying exactly what I'm feeling. And also the beat selection was completely different. Like I just wanted to do more things that I was having fun with and just like things that I would dance to in my room and stuff like that. I love it so much because it was really just freedom of expression all throughout my project, and that was it.
And then you said that you wanted to open people up to your music with this. What was that decision like? Did somebody hit you up and was like, I don't feel like we know you, or was it kind of something that you thought that you want to do? How did that come about? Because I thought that was really, really important in this project.
Yeah, that was really a decision I made on myself, because when LA Riots came out, I was getting a lot of different critiques and stuff like that on just like, oh my God, angry black woman, rapper, rage and all that type of stuff. And I was just like, that's not who I am. And like, I was really dealing with a moment in time. With all my projects, I'm dealing with a moment in time, but like LA Riots was a specific moment that I was going through. And so I wanted to make sure that people are now seeing like the brighter side of me and just like really getting to know me, and Spark kind of like let me do that and really let me open up just my sound, because nobody's heard me sing like that before, or just in my head I was play singing, but nobody's heard me sing like that before, and nobody's heard me like rap on those kind of beats and stuff like that. So I really just wanted to open it up and be like, this is me. I'm not just one sound. I can do anything I want to do, and I feel like a lot of people should start doing that too.
Definitely. I think it's a wonderful thing, and it just, some people do it and you kind of like give them the side eye like, oh, what were you doing? But yours came out dope, so congratulations on that. No problem.
I really appreciate it.
And then, so you're Haitian, Jamaican, both?
I'm Panamanian, Puerto Rican, Haitian, and Jamaican. So I'm all of those things mixed together. Yeah, I'm a weird breed of child.
No, it's gorgeous. So would you say that you were able to really like get in touch with your roots? Because there's some crazy beats on there.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that I started touching on my culture and kind of like letting people know where I come from. Like I grew up on a bunch of reggae. Like that was like a large portion of my life, like dance hall and reggae, and I grew up on a lot. Well, my next project you'll see, I grew up on a lot of salsa too, and just like different types of music. Like my family hardly listens to hip hop. I'm the one who's like the hip hop kid, and whatever. I was bringing that around to everybody, but like I grew up on everything. So I just wanted to make sure that I touch base on those things and let people just really get to see me. Like, if this is kind of like opening my house door and being like, come in my house and like see what I'm dealing with and stuff.
That is so ill. I love that.
Thank
And
you.
then we got to get to the track. So right off the bat, Her Story, sample of Cat Dahlia's Gangsta. Was that the producer's idea or was that your idea?
Yo, on some real, I'm gonna be totally honest. I did not know whose sample it was.
Nice.
Ken 10 actually sent me the beat, and I was just like, I was really hanging out with my mom and my aunt a lot during the time that I got the beat. So it kind of just like worked because I wanted to write a song about my mom and my aunt for a while, and that song is generally about them too. And so and like my whole life I was just like, my parents like my family's a bunch of gangsters, like in my mind, so like it just really worked out really well. And I just love that beat. I love what it sounded like when I first heard it, and I just played it like 100 times. So I really just, it's all Ken 10. If you find him on Twitter, Ken 10 Beats, thank you so much for that beat because it's awesome. And Kat, she did an amazing job singing on it too, because a lot of people are like, who is that? And stuff like that too.
Very nice. And then the intro clip on Her Story, is that your mom that you're in the car with?
Yeah, that's my mom.
Nice. I love it. And it's like, it's a really candid like conversation that you guys are having. I love that you incorporate that because it really sets the whole project up.
A lot of the little parts in the project where are like real conversations that I was doing this whole thing. I'm like real artsy, and like I'm just like a big kid. Like I just like to play with stupid shit that I'm doing and make stuff. So I kept taking my iPhone and just like keeping the recorder on like conversations I was having, and like I have a ton of memos and conversations.
That's so ill to me because I'm like a huge audio nerd. So anytime anybody kind of plays with audio and kind of does new things, I'm like super like, oh, that's so cool. So that's super dope. I love that. On Her Story, when you're doing the This Is For, you talk about female energy, and then in Earthquake, there's a clip that talks about female energy. How would you define your female energy, and where did you get that clip from? Because I feel like that was really just like informative and just very insightful.
I don't know if you ever heard of spirit science, but I'm like this huge spirit science head. This new age like way of looking at religion pretty much, and like not really making it religious, like kind of just making it more informative and more understanding onto who you are. And I really love it. It's on YouTube. You could Google it. It's called Spirit Science, and it's really dope. It has like a ton of information you would never think about, and you kind of take it with a grain of salt because you don't know if it's true or false, but it's really informative. They have this story about male energy and female energy, and so I took that actually from that clip. It was about female energy, and I love it just because every time I watched it, it reminded me of a moment that I had with an earthquake. Actually, I was in the city of LA, and the whole time that I was in LA, I was freaking out that I would like be in an earthquake. Like I was like, no, I don't want to have an earthquake. Like I kept praying to God. Like I was like, God, I don't want to experience an earthquake. And when I was going back to New York, like as soon as I got to the airport, my mom called me and she was like, Tasha, there was just an earthquake in New York. And I like freaked out. Like
Goodness.
Yeah, like I just was like, whoa, what? Because there's never earthquakes here. Right?
At all.
So I was like, what are you talking about? And I'm just thinking about how like the day before I was like in a panic, like, oh my God, I hope there's no earthquakes in LA while I'm here. And like, there was one in New York. So the whole concept of that song actually came from that story and just like that experience, what I was feeling and stuff. Later on, when I started reading up on female energy and stuff, they talk about how like females have the capability of kind of controlling Mother Nature and like kind of making her do like things that they're thinking about without noticing. And so I just have control of the universe and stuff like that. So it's really interesting stuff. So the concept came from that actually.
That's super dope. Down to Earth Thoughts is still my favorite. It was my favorite when I heard it. It's still my favorite. I don't know. I just love it. So you say, don't be distracted by these asteroids, my little planet. Where did that come from? Because I love it. Like it's deep, but like you say it like cutely.
I'm a big science head, I guess I would say. Like, I'm a big anything that's cool head. So like when I was in school, I used to love earth science and just learning about the planets and stuff like that. And I used to like freak myself out about like, oh my God, what if an asteroid hits and stuff like that. You know, recently a lot of that has been happening, a lot of like weird meteorites and all types of stuff. So I kind of used that and made it kind of personal, because I feel like I have this whole idea that people themselves are a planet in themselves, and they kind of are like embodying people within them and stuff like that. It's a metaphor to people, like, don't be distracted by like the stupid things in life and like rocks just being thrown at you and stuff like that. But it's also like an actual literal sense. Don't be distracted by everything that's happening. Just kind of keep going with your life and do what you got to do. So it's kind of both.
I love that. I think that's a very cool mantra, because it is so colossal, but then it still hits home at the same time. So that's really dope. So we talked a little about Earthquake. How would you describe your sound on that song, and what was it like when you first heard that beat? Because oh my God, like, man.
Shout out to Roland Mills, because
yes,
God knows, because I heard Express Yourself by Nikki B. And Nikki, I absolutely adore that song. Like, I played that song maybe 300, 400 times in my room. And I heard that and I was like, oh my God, I just want to rap on something like this one day, or just like do whatever I want on a beat like this. Like, and I never played with that sound before. Like, I've never played with like a dubstep. I mean, I played with dubstep, but not like in this sense.
Definitely.
And I was just so excited to do so. So I hit up Roland, who's like really good at making stuff like that. And he came in the studio one day, and I was just like, whoa. Like, I was with Ryshawn. You know Ryshawn Jones. I was with Ryshawn Jones at the studio, and it was me, Ryshawn, and Roland. And Ryshawn was in the other room, and he was like, what? And he was like, you're gonna rap on that?
Yes.
And it was insane, because I'd never rapped on something like that, and everybody's like, oh my God, LA's about to make a booty shaking song. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Like,
twerk some.
Yeah, exactly. LA's about to make a twerk some video. Oh my God, this is awesome. And like I said, I'm open to anything. So like, I definitely heard it, and I was just like overwhelmed at first, because I was like, oh, I gotta take on this shit. But then after, I really just kind of played with it. I have like 5 different versions of that song. Like, ask anybody. I wrote so many different versions of it. But then like, when I got the whole idea about Earthquake, I kind of like played with that and continued to play with that in the song. So it worked out really well, because the song, the actual beat is so epic. So it just like really played out well. So I'm really excited.
It's crazy.
Yeah, yo, I know. When I first heard it, I was like, what? Like, all were like, whoa. But it really worked out. So it was dope.
That is dope. Then you describe yourself as bigger than a rap show, and Emmy, what does that mean to you?
I love hip hop. God knows. I've written plays about hip hop. I wrote in poetry, everything. Like, hip hop has literally been like my cousin. Like, I grew up with cousin. Like, that's in my mind. Like, hip hop is my cousin. And I don't know if you know, but I wasn't rapping forever. Like, I just started rapping like about 2 years ago.
You're doing spoken word before, right?
I was doing spoken word before, and so like, I kind of have this battle between rap and like just not rap, I guess, and just kind of like straying away from being a genre and like just trying to just make yourself a genre, I guess, if that makes sense. So I say bigger than a rap show, because I personally believe this is bigger than hip hop. In my mind, like, all music is just bigger than hip hop if you're making music, and if you're talking to people and trying to tell them a story or let them know who you are, that to me is big, you know. So I say that I'm bigger than a rap show, because I believe that I'm actually just like I feel we all are bigger than what we make ourselves.
I like that. The inspiration behind Kiss These, because I think that has a very, very special message.
Okay, Kiss These was a joke. My homeboy Fresh Nerd sent me that beat like a while ago, and I just wanted to act like Prince, like every time I heard the beat. I would just like dance in my room and just do stupid stuff. And I just started singing like, everybody should just kiss my nuts. Like I just kept on saying that over and over, and it kind of just stuck. And I just was like, whatever, I need a little fun thing to give everybody. So I just recorded it and was like, whatever. And it's just big on like just telling everybody shut up, just have fun with it and just enjoy the music for what it is. And everybody has like their critiques and like their like beliefs and what music should be, and that's cool. Like nobody's telling you not to, but like sometimes you just want to tell everybody to just shut up, like just listen to it and enjoy it and kiss my nuts.
It was so perfect. Like it's just like, because sometimes you just really want to tell people that, and that is the perfect way to tell them, like straightforward to the point with a little fun in it, like boom.
That's exactly what it is.
So you kind of have like the LA Riots was a little harder and darker. Then you have this, which is a little more fun, but still, I mean, it's not something to play with. Like it's still very deep storytelling, but it's fun. We talked about how you kind of got to touch onto your roots and things like that. So what is the direction that everything is going to take now with LA Lights?
LA Lights is so big to me. Like it's I've been like really making sure this is like something people will really take into like their minds. And the direction of it really is to tell stories that relate to like the world and what's going on in the world, back to the human, like back to the person. So kind of like the microcosm versus the macrocosm. The second part of the LA Lights title is Revelations of a Life Addict. You know how Revelations in the Bible is like the end of the world per se and stuff like that. But I believe that like it's the new beginning in a sense. And to me, it's kind of telling the story of my new beginning, but also telling the story of the world's new beginning at the same time. So like what's happening with me and what's happening with the world at the same time. And musically, I want the sound to just be crazier than ever. Spark was awesome. Like it was fun because it was like whole new sounds and stuff like that, and I really wanted to introduce people to hearing me on that type of stuff. Definitely. So now when LA Lights comes out, they're like ready, you know? So I'm really excited about that. But each song on LA Lights is going to really address, like the beat is going to match what I'm trying to tell you and like what the story is about. So that's what I'm going with LA Lights for now. You never know. I'm big on changes and stuff like that. So I'm really excited just to show it to you guys. I'm happy to listen to it.
That's super dope. I love it because, like I said before, like it's big, but you bring it home, and I think that's really important. Like you're simplifying things, but it's still deep. It's still concise. So I really enjoy that about your music.
Thanks,
so I'm definitely looking forward to that.
I really appreciate that. Like, that means everything, because I have this whole theory about Flintstone vitamins and how Flintstone vitamins look like a candy. I have that. My boy Fresh Nerd gave me this theory, so he was like, you know, it looks like candy, but it's good for you. So I kind of want to like play with that idea a lot in my music and just have it be more fun.
I love that. I'm really big on those artists like Thurs, You, Bamboo, people who really have a message, but it's not too preachy. It's not like overbearing, because a lot of people have these issues with conscious hip hop and, you know, even just any type of music with a message where they're just kind of standoffish to it because it's too powerful. It's not fun for them. So like artists that are able to take the two and throw them together and make good music at the same time, like it's incredible. So that's just my favorite thing. So I'm so glad you do that.
We appreciate y'all who really appreciate that. Trust me, because it's hard, but it's worth it at the end when you hear people tell you like, oh my God, this was epic. Just letting you know that you're going in the right direction.
What else is upcoming for you? Videos, anything of that nature?
I have a couple of dope interviews coming out with some big people that I hope you guys will see soon. I'm working on like doing a lot of shows soon in Canada, and me and my Sean are working on like a tour right now, like hopefully, keep our fingers crossed. And our studio just became an indie label, so we're really excited. Shout out to Home Base. So we just got our own little indie label right right now, and we're just really working and just trying to make good music for everybody to enjoy, because that's what we just want to do, you know, make fun and just live what we love, you know, and that's really all it's about.
I really love that too, how you talked about living what you love and being able to do what you love. And I think that's so important, like even talking about like quitting your 9-to-5 and things like that. Like I think that is so important, because anybody who makes music, does this radio stuff, to anything that really has that creative passion feels like that. So to see somebody really actually doing it and speaking it into existence is just really important, because we all feel that. We just want to live what we love. So.
Exactly. And that's what life should be about. I read this thing that was just like, you know, when you do what you love, you're doing whatever makes you closer to God, or whoever your God is, or whatever, you know. And I really believe that, like, you really feel it, and that's what I want to do. And I hope everybody could achieve that goal. And like, you know, that's what brings balance to life pretty much in the world.
Definitely. It's super important. Well, that is about it. Have a special Sunday. Stay special.
Thank you.